In the world of modern military aviation, Russia is pushing boundaries with a new project called the MiG-41, also known as POC-DP, Prospective Aviation Complex for Long-Range Interception. This proposed 6th-generation interceptor is designed as a successor to the Cold War-era MiG-31. Russian officials claim it will fly faster than many missiles, reach near space altitudes, and even target satellites, capabilities that sound like science fiction but reflect Moscow's desire to counter advanced Western threats. As of mid-2026, the MiG-41 remains largely in the early development or conceptual stage. No prototype has flown publicly, and experts question whether Russia can deliver on its bold promises amid economic sanctions, war-related strains, and industrial challenges. Still, the project highlights Russia's focus on speed, high-altitude operations, and asymmetric advantages in potential future conflicts. From MiG-31 to MiG-41, why Russia needs a new interceptor. The MiG-31 Foxhound, introduced in the 1980s, is one of the fastest combat aircraft ever built, capable of Mach 2.8 plus speeds and high-altitude intercepts. It serves as a long-range guardian of Russia's vast airspace, especially in the north, and has been upgraded to carry hypersonic Kinzhal missiles. However, the fleet is aging, and modern threats, like stealth fighters, hypersonic weapons, drones, and advanced satellites, demand something far more capable. Russia sees the MiG-41 as the answer. Development reportedly entered a formal phase around 2021 under Mikoyan, part of Rostec. Recent statements, such as those from retired Major General Vladimir Popov in 2025, suggest design work has been finalized, with a prototype possibly flying in the coming years. Earlier targets, like a 2025 first flight or production start, appear to have slipped. Most realistic estimates point to a prototype in the late 2020s and possible service entry in the mid-2030s. Claimed capabilities, speed, altitude, and more. Russian sources describe the MiG-41 with impressive specifications that would make it a true 6th-generation platform. Extreme speed, up to Mach 4 to 4.3, around 5,000 to 5,300 km per hour. This would allow it to outpace many missiles and quickly cover huge distances. It is expected to sustain high supersonic cruise speeds using advanced engines, possibly a variant of the Su-57's Izdali-30. High altitude. Service ceiling of 35,000 to 50,000 meters, potentially near space. Operating at such heights would let it act almost like a spaceplane, evading many ground-based defenses and providing a unique vantage point for intercepts. Stealth and sensors. Incorporation of stealth technology, reduced radar signature, combined with advanced radars, sensor fusion, and possibly AI assistance. It would detect and engage stealthy targets like the F-35 at long ranges. Range and endurance. Claims of 5,000 to 11,000 kilometers range, enabling long patrols over Russia's expansive territory without frequent refueling. Advanced armament. Internal weapons bays for stealth, plus missiles to intercept hypersonic threats, by releasing submissiles, air-to-air weapons, and crucially, anti-satellite, ASAT, missiles. It may also feature directed energy weapons like anti-missile lasers. An optionally unmanned version is also mentioned, allowing remote or autonomous operations in high-risk scenarios. These features position the MiG-41 not just as a fighter but as a multi-role system for air defense, strike, and space control. In theory, it could strike U.S. satellites by launching kinetic ASAT weapons from extreme altitudes, disrupting enemy communications, navigation, and reconnaissance. Why target satellites? In modern warfare, satellites are critical eyes and ears for militaries. The U.S. relies heavily on them for GPS, intelligence, and command. Russia has tested ground-based ASAT weapons before, but an air-launched system from a fast, high-flying jet like the MiG-41 would offer flexibility and survivability. It fits Russia's doctrine of challenging U.S. dominance in space and air. challenges and skepticism. While the vision is bold, reality is tougher. Russia's aerospace industry struggles with sanctions that limit access to advanced materials, electronics, and engines. The Su-57 5th-generation fighter, for example, has been produced in very limited numbers and faces ongoing issues. Building a Mach 4+ aircraft with near-space capabilities requires breakthroughs in heat-resistant materials, propulsion, and avionics that are extremely difficult under current conditions. Many Western analysts view the MiG-41 as partly a public relations effort. No clear photos of a physical prototype exist, and timelines have repeatedly slipped. Russia's ongoing conflict in Ukraine has diverted resources, while budget constraints make massive new programs risky. Experts like Vasily Kashin have noted it is still at conceptual or early research stages, with realistic service possibly not until 2035 to 2040 or later. Global context. The 6th-generation race. Russia is not alone. The US is developing the next-generation air dominance (NGAD) program and F-47 concepts, emphasizing networking, AI, and collaborative combat with drones. Europe has the GCAP Tempest and FCAS projects. These Western efforts often prioritize stealth, sensors, and unmanned teaming over raw speed. Russia's approach with the MiG-41 leans heavily on traditional strengths, brute speed and altitude, to create a hypersonic sledgehammer for its defensive needs. What lies ahead? If successful, even in a scaled-down form, the MiG-41 could strengthen Russia's air defenses and provide a credible deterrent. It would extend the legacy of fast MiG interceptors into the 21st century while adding space warfare dimensions. However, turning artist renderings and ambitious claims into operational squadrons will test Russia's engineering and economic limits. For now, the MiG-41 represents aspiration more than achievement. Military watchers will monitor for any signs of a prototype rollout or flight tests. In an era of rapid technological change, this jet, if realized, could reshape how nations think about air power, speed, and control of the edge of space. The coming decade will reveal whether Russia's MiG-41 becomes a game-changing reality or remains a high-speed dream on the drawing board.